The media are now pouncing on Donald Trump for what he didn't say. Cable news constantly covering a moment at a New Hampshire town hall when Trump failed to challenge this man.
We have a problem in this country. It's called Muslims. We know our current president is one. Right. You know he's not even an American.
We need this
birth
question.
certificate, man. But anyway, we have training camps growing where they want to kill us. Mm-hmm. That's my question. When can we get rid of?
We're going to be looking at a lot of different things. And, you know, a lot of people are saying that, and a lot of people are saying that bad things are happening out there.
You don't just pander to every loudmouth in your audience.
This is racist crap, of course, and it's, to me, the big original sin of Donald Trump.
Joining us now to talk about this uproar and CNN's handling of this week's debate, Mercedes Schlapp, a columnist for U.S. News, political consultant, and former White House aide to George W. Bush. Andrea McCarran, a reporter for Washington's WUSA-TV and a former correspondent for NBC and ABC. And Joe Trippi, a Democratic strategist and Fox News contributor. Mercy, huge media controversy over that moment with Donald Trump. Even news anchors like Anderson Cooper ripping him. Are the media justified in saying Trump should have corrected this crazy guy?
It's not the media's role to justify or basically tell Trump what he should or should not say. The problem became
they do that with all the candidates.
Well, but again, they became sort of this opinion voice or out there basically saying, you know what, he's a racist. What his comment was incorrect. He should have challenged the man. Here's the deal. Donald Trump is going to play his own game, and he's going to ignore the media. In fact, those voters out there are basically saying, go at it. You don't need to respond to the media's, criticism of you.
Well, Trump went uncharacteristically silent for about 24 hours, but now he is not ignoring the media, Andrea. I mean, he started out with a treat. The media want to make this about Obama, talking about a war on Christians. So is he once again able to diffuse this sort of thing by blaming the press?
No, he's not, Howie. And I should say that unlike some journalists, I am willing to give Donald Trump the benefit of the doubt. That being said, he could have easily deflected that moment by handling it graciously, as John McCain did in 2008 when fielding a similar question. He did not. And unlike the other 11 candidates on that main stage, he had a unique responsibility to answer to that question. Why? Because he spent so much time and effort trying to tell American voters that President Obama was not an American.
Well, questioning it certainly 4 years ago. And whenever that has come up in this campaign, Trump has deflected it, but he has not renounced what he'd said about raising questions about the birth certificate. All right, Joe Trippi, I want to play for you what Trump said at a speech last night. And then he was a late addition, calling in to 3 Sunday shows on ABC, CNN, NBC, pretty much saying the same thing. Let's take a look.
And the press is going crazy, and they all wanted to see me. And I said, you know, for the first time in my life, I got in trouble by not saying anything. I didn't say anything. Am I morally obligated to defend the president every time somebody says something bad or controversial about him? I don't think so, right?
And the press is going crazy, as Trump said.
I think this all exposes a liberal bias of the press. I mean, I'm a liberal. I'm appalled that he didn't correct the guy. But the fact is, we're covering the Republican primary. And nearly 50% of the Republican primary voters believe what Donald Trump is saying. That's who he's played to for the last two years. So, you know.
Wait a second now. This is not somebody trashed the president. He has no obligation to respond. He's playing to Republican voters. It is a fact that President Obama, according to his birth certificate, was born in Hawaii in 1961. And it is also a fact that he's attended Christian church, including the one with the ravings of Reverend Jeremiah Wright. And so you're saying the press is showing its liberal bias by not correcting the factual aspect?
No, correcting the factual. But the focus of this is not how appalled everybody or the press should be or whether it was right or wrong. It's how does this impact the Republican primary? And it can't hurt him if he's appealing to the 50% of the Republicans who believe this.
There's an expectation with Trump that he needs to respond in a certain way. And for example, Trump does not need to defend the president. He does not need to be the president's spokesperson. The president can do that on his own. But I think it's unfair of the media to just constantly have this expectation that Trump is going to come out and correct these statements or, challenge the person who asked the question.
So you two agree that the press is out of line here?
I think they're focusing on the wrong thing. Where are the other people in the Republican Party? It's not his responsibility to knock this down.
Right. But
it should be somebody's responsibility.
And some of the candidates are doing just that. Some of the Republican candidates.
And that's what they should be reporting.
Exactly. I have to jump in here and defend the press, I guess. And that is, it is our responsibility to follow up, as we would with a follow-up question, because this is not an ethical question. This is a question about accuracy.
Right. Correct the facts. I agree with that. But don't have that expectation that Donald Trump has to respond in a certain way because it's not good enough for the press.
I think it's also how appalling it. I mean, there's a tone to it that
to
I
be
think
continued.
is